Okay, hello gang, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about tourniquets and doing a little bit of a first look. So, if you don't know, I like tourniquets a lot, especially those blue ones that you can do training with. I'm a big fan of those. I like the orange ones for my truck, and of course, the black ones when we're being all tactical. I was going to put my plate carrier on because I felt really tactical, but I didn't do that. Sorry. So today we're doing a little bit of a first look on the ETQ V2 from SpicySnafu Systems. So I got a V1 a while back at work. Before that, I had actually seen it right when it got released, give or take, because I went to film a class with my Oklahomies and the Refuge training crew. And Twitch and Phelps, who were the training cadre at the time, they basically got a couple of the SpicySnafu tourniquets sent to them. I got some reps on it pretty early on before I'd seen it at work, and I love tourniquets, and I think there should be a million of them available that are good competing options and not just a few that's kind of like the mafia controlling the market. But either way, I think it's a pretty cool idea. It's a little smaller than your traditional cat, so I Gen 7 So I e.d.c a Gen 7 cat, words are hard. And so if you look at the size-wise, I'll get some B-roll and to make this a little easier, but the ETQ is smaller. And I think that's probably the intent, as I think it's everyday tourniquet or something like that is the acronym. Future Taylor will save me if I'm wrong. But EDCing a tourniquet is important, and most people's excuse for EDCing a tourniquet is the size. And granted, there's no way to make it smaller than this. It will not stage into any smaller than this because of the Windlass. So really, you can't really, I stopped wearing Wrangler jeans and I started wearing cargo pants a few years ago. And that was one of the, I guess, catalysts for me not wearing jeans anymore, because extra pockets are nice to have on pants, because then I can put stuff in them, like tourniquets or Zen or whatever. You do you. So ETQ is pretty cool. Initially, I wasn't really that impressed with it. I know the Refuge guys basically had the same thought. Watching it being deployed multiple times, granted it's a tourniquet, it's a one-use item. So the one you use keep on your person for, oh my God, I'm dying, that one should not be getting reps and it should not be a trainer. So there was no blue one, so that was kind of complaint number one. In addition to that, the band was tacoing, the buckle kind of folded into itself, and basically it's not a bad design. I don't think that people should be roasted for bringing new products to market. If it's a first gen product and it needs improvement, I think all the community is asking for is the company to actually take the feedback, listen to it, and then act on it and make a better product, right? So I want to give the guys at SpicySnafu Systems credit. Jefferson basically gave me a couple of their V2s at SHOT Show. One of them is going to be going to the Refuge training guys, so I'll be giving this to TJ next week at the Ruckus so he can get some reps on the V2. And then he gave me one of the skinny ones, the normal width, for my machinations, I guess. And I'm going to be getting a lot of reps on this, but I made sure not to use these ahead of time, so you guys got to see them unmolested, unabused, all that, because I'm intentionally going to put it on badly a whole bunch, because that's just kind of one of the ways I like to test them. So the V2 has a lot of fun improvements. Basically everything that seemed like it was a point of contention, SpicySnafu took all of that feedback and actually iterated on almost the entire product itself. It's still the same ETQ, but almost everything on it's changed. So let's go through that. So they still have a wide and a slim version. Common misconception, I guess, is that the band inside the cat, the inner band, is 1 inch. So common misconception that it's bigger. The sleeve is a little bigger just to make sure the inner band can travel inside of it. But as far as your Gen 7 Cat T, the inner band is 1 inch. Correct me if I'm wrong, rage on the comments, roast me. I appreciate your engagement. So we'll go ahead and mess with my personal one, so I don't have to restage both of them. So we talked about the band, so I guess we'll go there first. So on the band, they still have the instructions for the tourniquet use, which is good if somebody runs up and tries to help you and you're passed out because you didn't get your reps in ahead of time. So training is important. Make sure you know how to use the tourniquet before you are dying and need it. Still nice that they have this on here. They got a QR code a very no BS, no intro, short video of how to use it, just, you know, on the off chance that it may help. So in the first version, the band was the big failure point. So it's neat to see on the second one, they basically added a laminate backer material on here to give the band some more rigidity and basically make sure that it's not gonna fold in on itself. To be fair, I think it was rep 6, 7, somewhere in there that the band started to fold on the wide one on the V1. So it did deploy the first time, no problem. I gotta make sure we don't approach this like they made something that is laughable. It's a good product. So in addition to that, I was really excited about the windlass improvements. I was not a huge fan of the windlass on the Gen 1. Partly, it just felt like there wasn't a good edge. Like my fingers were kind of sliding when I was trying to do one-hand applications. So they basically changed the windlass to, it's kind of a triangle. It's kind of like a stretched, shifted triangle to where you have a flat edge, a flat side, and an edge on both ends, no matter how you're grabbing it. So basically, you still have a good purchase and a flat and an edge to be able to get a little easier purchase on it when you're playing one-handed. So pretty cool that they improved the windlass, and you definitely can feel it. I know that this is not transferring through on your touch of vision yet, so I do legitimately think the texture and shape is better. So underneath the windlass, they added a little metal ring. So I'll get some B-roll close-up shots of that, but essentially this little metal ring is going to keep the bands together underneath it, so that way you are not pulling against additional tension when you're trying to tighten the windlass, right? So the Gen 1 did not have that, and essentially the straps have a lot more play in between where they are. In addition to that, they improved the buckle a lot. Actually, I think it's like, I don't even know if the Ken light's still good on mine. I think it broke initially on the first time I used it. Yeah. So they took the Ken light out, which personally, I did not think was necessary for an everyday tourniquet for all of us normies. Ken light doesn't really seem like it's a necessary item, personal opinion. I think pulling the Ken light out probably pulled the unit cost down, which is good because this is already an affordable tourniquet, right around in the same price ballpark as the other ones. So they took the Ken light out and basically were able to reinforce the buckle. So it's a gray polymer instead of that black, so you can kind of see it a little bit better. But the buckle is reinforced. In addition to that, they weaved the strap through the buckle right here instead of it going around the ends. So I'll try to get you a good close-up right here. If I can't, I'll get some B-roll, but essentially the band's going through the buckle. So instead of the buckle tacoing and folding in on itself, it's just not that rigid. So they improved the buckle quite a bit. In addition to that, they improved the geometry of the clip. So one of my favorite features on this tourniquet is the fact that it has a clip that will secure the windlass in place, and you have to intentionally take it out. It's not a piece of Velcro that can fail. It's just the pressure of the Velcro and the tension on the strap. We're always gonna move the casualty. Just think about that, right? You're not gonna stay where the bad things happen. You wanna leave. So you're not going to stay there. Someone's going to move you at some point. If you won the surgical lottery, you're going to the hospital. Just BT dubs. I'm telling the future right here. So in addition to changing the geometry, they basically, it's about the same size. I'll try to get some good close-ups, but they pushed this little arm out and basically kind of beveled it so that the windlass will go in much easier, pretty easy, than the original. So the original, basically, the windlass is about the same size as the hole it's supposed to go into. So naturally, it doesn't just go in as easy. I think the edges and the flats on this new windlass design probably help it go in a little easier. It's not that it was, you know, like that was actually probably the easiest I've ever had it. Of course, it's on camera, but it's under no tension, and I'm basically just lining it up easy peasy with one finger and sticking it in. So it wasn't that hard to deploy on the first one, but the buckle and the band made it to where it really wasn't going to be as bomb-proof as it could be, I guess. Honestly, like, you could still get a good deployment and occlude blood flow with the Gen 1 The first time I tried one at the studio, brand new tourniquet, I had a crappy deployment. I got a couple extra twists on that windlass. It still definitely stopped the blood in my arm. I got the numb fingies. So check out the ETQ. This is the first look. We'll be doing some reps and I'll basically be doing some usage of it. Bug them on social media. I'll put their Instagram down below. In addition, our Instagram is at SpicySnafu. And you should go out there, check it out, follow, post some comment about my pictures not being good enough. Whatever you want to do, you do it. I support your internet trollery regardless. So thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate y'all. Stay strapped and don't get clapped. Carry tourniquet. That was not a very good outro, but you need to have ways to plug holes if you're gonna try to make holes. Things go both ways. I never expected to get in a fist fight without getting punched in the face. Food for thought. Have a good day.